Hello everyone, welcome back to Talk 4712 and let's have an essential discussion for your examination. Today we are going to talk about variation or fluctuation in the difficulty level of any examination and how you are going to deal with it on spot. So there's a big thing about competitive examination that you just have to accept. These exams are uncertain and I'm going to share a lot of experiences, examples through the examinations that I appeared in or what happened past my appearance in a lot of examination as well, that a lot of times the difficulty level of examination itself fluctuates from left to right. You can't really predict. So what a lot of people want to do is that this examination is like this, the difficulty level is this, and I should study this, and then I'm going to expect a paper like this. That's where you make a mistake. The moment you start expecting that a paper should be in a certain manner, there's a huge chance that it is not like that, and that's where you are just losing that examination the moment that you see your paper. Now I'm going to start building some grounds over here by explaining some examples. Now let us take an example of BARC examination. Now I appeared in BARC examination for the first time in 2017, and up until then BARC examination was the most difficult examination in terms of the kind of questions that were asked over there. BARC examination has 100 questions, each question 3 marks, and the cutoff out of 300 generally was close to 100 marks. That is 1/3 of the total marks. So we were ready for that. BARC does not release its question paper, so all that we were relying on was what the seniors told us. So according to them, the question paper was super difficult, super conceptual, more difficult than the questions in GATE examination. So that's what we were prepared with. That means that I have to get 100 marks, and for that I should be attempting somewhere around 40 to 50 questions. And we went in the examination hall, and that's exactly how the question paper was. I attempted 50 questions, got 120 marks, and qualified the written test. Okay, very well and good. Sometimes looking at the previous year question difficulty level helps. That's the same thing what people did the next year in BARC 2018. And they thought that, okay, question paper has to be difficult. I should attempt somewhere around 50 questions and I will qualify the examination with close to 120 marks. And they went over there, they attempted somewhere around 50 questions, but the question paper this year was easier than normal. Now pay attention, since nobody has ever seen any authentic question paper before of BARC, they did not know what is actually difficult according to the previous reviews. So they thought that this is difficult and it's easy for me. So they attempted 55 questions and were very happy. The cutoff shot up from 111 in 2017 to 152 in 2018. I'm talking about mechanical engineering stream, and this is vividly found in all the streams across. So you cannot predict exactly the difficulty level. I'm going to give you one more example. CIL examination 2017 question paper was super easy. Matter of fact, there wasn't even any negative mark, so the cutoff went out to be 175 marks, and questions were very simple, like lower than GATE examination, lower than even engineering services examination when it comes to concepts, and people were scoring like 160 was very common. The next year, next to next year 2019, they expected the paper to be of same difficulty level, but it flipped. And examination was much more difficult this time. And so when they were preparing thinking that question paper will be easy, they did not prepare about difficult conceptual questions, and they faced it and found out that question paper might change its difficulty level even if the examination is same, and they found it the hard way. I'm going to give you one final example. ISRO examination. So if you look at ISRO papers from 2012 through 2016, you're going to find out, okay, it's kind of conceptual like GATE examination, but some questions are easy. So it's a mix of that. I have to attempt somewhere around 60 to 70 questions to get qualified. And they went with that strategy in 2017, and it worked. The question paper was exactly like the pattern it used to be before that. And then they went into the second examination of 2017, and the difficulty level shot up. So now if you were expecting to attempt somewhere around 60 to 70 questions, you are mistaken, my friends, because the question paper is so difficult. You have to focus more on accuracy, and even people who attempted 55 questions out of 80 questions qualified with flying colors, and people who went for more made a lot of silly mistakes and they did not cross the cutoff. The cutoff this time was 120. The cutoff last year was 139. Now let us look at the third examination of ISRO that happened in April 2018. And this time people thought that paper is going to be super difficult. And so they went out with all the extra conceptual knowledge and they went over there, and paper was super easy this time. It was like engineering services level, sometimes even lower than that. And you did not have to attempt 55 questions. You did not have to attempt somewhere 65 questions. You had to attempt close to 75 questions. I personally attempted 76 questions because the cutoff this time skyrocketed to 185 marks. You see the fluctuation, 139, 120, 185. So you cannot predict the difficulty level, and this has taken place again and again even in GATE examination. Like look at the 3-year question paper difficulty of electrical and electronics engineering. You can see some kind of variation even in mechanical engineering. So what my point is that you should never ever think that question paper should be in a certain way. According to me, you should walk over there blank, ready for all kinds of question paper. Now, what are the differences that are created and how you should change your strategy on spot on the day of the examination if the question paper is easy or if the question paper is difficult? We are going to talk about that. Alright, so it basically boils down to what to do when we have an easy set and what to do when we have a difficult set. First thing first, you have to be ready for all kinds of set. Never just look at previous year question and be 100% certain. You can be inclined, okay, these kind of examinations are mostly simple, so I'm mostly expecting a simple, but I'm ready for a difficult set as well. This is exactly what I did in my third attempt of ISRO examination. If you do not know, I qualified that one. So what to do in an easy set, what to do in a difficult set. In an easy set, don't think that just because the questions are easy, competition is going to get any bit easier or you stand any chance larger than you would if it was a difficult set. Actually, most of the time, a lot of people faces a lot more problem if the set is easy. Why? Because when the set is easy, everyone is going to attempt more and more questions. In that, the total marks for qualifying rises. Like I've explained before as well. When the difficulty is high, the qualifying marks is low. When the difficulty is low, the qualifying marks is high. So when more number of questions has to be attempted, that means that you have to be, number one, be very fast, and number two, number of odds of you making a silly mistake increases. So those people who are conceptually very strong will be having a tougher time attempting an easier set, because easier set will not have that much conceptual questions, and also generally people who are conceptually strong makes much more silly mistakes. So just because questions are easy does not mean that you are standing any higher chance. What you should do is now you have to pay much more attention to each and every question, and you cannot afford to make any silly mistake. And for that, I told you, you should be ready even prior to the examination with solving more and more fast twitch questions as well. That is why I say solve GATE previous year questions, solve ISRO previous year questions, solve engineering services previous year question, solve PSU previous year questions. Be ready for all kinds of questions. Now, that is why two-phase rule is very important, because in the first phase of two-phase rule, you will have a very good awareness of how difficult the question paper is. If you have already gone through the two-phase rule video, I suggest you to go, but if you have already gone through it, you will be able to understand it better. In the first phase, if you are able to attempt less number of questions, that means that the question paper is difficult. If you are able to attempt more number of questions, that means that the question paper is easy. Why? Because in the first phase, we only attempt easy questions. So this is a good sign for you to understand whether the question paper is easy or difficult and accordingly adjust. If the question paper is easy, obviously you'll have to set a target that I have to attempt more number of questions. If the question paper is difficult, then less number of questions, but each and every one should be done with the utmost accuracy. So if the question paper is difficult, taking more time should not make you to panic. So if it is an easy question paper, after your judgment, after seeing the question paper, you will have to set the target as high that I have to attempt more number of questions, but unfortunately you cannot really compromise with the accuracy, and that is why you should be good in solving questions fast and accurately as well, which you have to be pre-prepared before the examination. Otherwise you are not going to magically develop that ability right over there. Apart from that, if it is a difficult set, don't worry much if you're not able to attempt more questions, and accordingly set the standards for yourself that whatever I'm going to attempt, I'm going to attempt properly. So if it is a difficult set, the number of easy questions will be low, but it will still be over there. So look for those questions and make sure each and every one of those questions are solved correctly. This is the mistake that I made in ISRO 2017 December examination. I made a lot of mistakes in easy questions and I missed the cutoff just by 4 marks. That is one question, -1, -3. So if you play it well, you can crack both the examination. Keep it in your mind that competition does not change irrespective of what kind of set it is. Still the same, good students are still going to perform over there well, but then those people who are not keeping these things in mind are mostly reliant on luck. That is where the luck factor is maximum, that if the set is according to what you were expecting, you'll qualify. If it is not, you won't. So if a person is ready for both, no matter how the set is, that person is going to qualify without a doubt. Alright guys, that's about it. More questions, if you are having it, goes down in the comment section. I'm certainly going to respond to each and every one of you. And if you have further suggestion for videos, well, first of all, most of the video that you might be suggesting has already been made. And if it is not, I'm going to create one just for you. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new over here, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Till then, bye.